Yeah. No cat. No cat podcast.
Yo, what up, y'all? It's the No Cap Podcast. We back at it again.
Mm.
We about to just have a real nigga conversation.
Look,
Real nigga conversation. So I know before we hopped on, we was talking about these finals. I want to get Adrian's opinion on what happened with Danny Green.
Oh, man. That nigga.
Is he even? Well, yeah, you taking a shit, bro?
Nah, I think he in the car.
That nigga taking. But I feel like they probably going to bounce back. Probably after this whole after everybody get finished talking about, Danny Green missed the shot and they gonna bounce back. But I do feel like that what's that nigga name? Fucking Jimmy Butler. He's playing real good ball right now.
Yes, man.
Playing real good ball. I don't know if it's because he got the funny looking mustache. I don't know if he grew out the fro, so he playing a little bit better. You know what I mean? Maybe I need to grow out a fro and shit. That nigga is playing some real good basketball right now. I'm gonna just say that. Are you back on? Yo, what's your ideas on these finals, bro?
Well, at this point, I think it's more of anybody's game at this point, judging off of what I've seen, and judging off of what I've seen in the last two games.
Hmm.
Now you know what? I can't even say it's anybody's game. The rest of the series depends solely on the play of Anthony Davis.
Right. I was thinking the same thing.
Like that.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
Because if he's guard Jimmy Butler, if he's not on Jimmy, that's it. You can't put nobody else on him.
You don't
And
think
Davis got fucking hurt.
You don't think Brian can handle him a little bit? You don't think Brian can handle him?
I think if Brian could, they would have won. They put Anthony Davis on him for a reason.
Wait, say that again?
I think if Brian could handle him, they would have put him on him. They put Anthony Davis on him for a reason.
Oh, because Brian.
That was the thing. When Brian was guarding you, he was getting cooked. He put up them 40 points. He got fucking fricasseed out there. Easy. Jimmy wasn't playing with nobody on that court. He went right the fuck out one time.
That boy he said it. I seen it in one of the interviews. He's like, yo, we not scared of nobody. I mean, that boy got heart. That boy good.
Jimmy is a fucking baller, bro.
Yeah, yes.
Do you have any idea how mad I was last year when the Sixers didn't get that man his money?
Yeah, that was dumb.
I was like, y'all got to be the dumbest motherfuckers that ever ran a team. And look at him now, putting up 40s and triple doubles consistently in the finals. And y'all didn't want to pay that man his money.
I mean,
how fucking stupid could you be?
Who else is on the Heat though?
Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero is putting up numbers, and he's a rookie. Yeah. Fucking Michael Duncan Robinson is putting up fucking numbers. He ain't got that many years. Duncan Robinson put up 26?
They got Iggy over there, right?
Who? Iggy over there?
They got Iggy over there, right?
Yeah, Iggy over there.
Okay. Yeah, but Iggy ain't putting them no points like that. That's what I'm saying. Like it does.
And hold up. And you gotta remember, Goran Dragic is injured.
Oh,
Dragic is not even playing, and they giving the Lakers this much trouble.
That's true.
Dragic Dragic is not even out there. That's a 20 and 10 point guard right there.
I like
Consistently. So if they get Dragic back, if he gets cleared to play tomorrow, it's gonna look real scary. Because Anthony Davis, I don't think is gonna be 100%. And you get Goran Dragic back on the floor with Bam Adebayo, and Jimmy's still gonna do Jimmy. So it's gonna look kind of dark.
Drew, who won in the finals, bro?
Lakers. Come on, man.
In the next game or game 7?
The next game, game 6, it don't matter. Game 7.
No, I'm
Lakers
saying
push
what game you calling? You think they're gonna win it on the next game or on game 7?
If Anthony Davis, I don't know. It depends on how they play Anthony Davis.
I think it's going to game 7 and the Lakers are gonna win in game 7.
I don't think LeBron gonna want it to go that far.
I know, but
I think he wanted to get home. I think he wanted to get home last night, but and you know the problem with that is that I seen a couple people say something about LeBron, but that man, this dude scored 40 points. He put up crazy numbers last night. I don't even know that. I know he had 40.
Yeah.
I don't know the rest of the stats, but this man put up 40 points. Like, what more can you ask that man to do? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody else got to step up. The nigga Danny Green, man, if that's the case, they should have just put J.R. Smith in there. If that nigga, like, at least that nigga had a better shot. I'm saying that nigga could have had a better shot.
I was thinking the same thing. I was looking on the bench. I'm seeing JR, and I'm like, yo, y'all not gonna put JR in at no point.
Right.
Put up a shot or two. Because if anything, he gets streaky.
Yeah.
You know. So if he start getting hot, it's gonna be trouble.
Huh?
They got another shooter to worry about. Being as though y'all regular shooters aren't hitting consistently, y'all need to look for somebody else.
Right.
You know what I mean? Davis still not doing put up like 28.
If these niggas if they lose the finals to the Miami Heat, y'all gonna have to take everything y'all said about the Clippers back. Man. Because y'all ain't gonna want to talk crazy about y'all boy LeBron.
I don't like LeBron.
Oh, you don't like LeBron?
I don't like that. No, I don't like that nigga. But I cannot say like he's not one of the greatest players right now in basketball. I can't deny that. What that man is doing, I can't deny that.
I like that, and all of that to the side. If he blows a 3-1 lead, trash.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So I don't want to hear nothing about his stats and nothing like that. You just gave up a 3-1. You just gave up a 3-1 fucking lead.
Yeah.
He's a bum, right, Drew?
Yeah.
Fucking bum.
All right.
He's a bum. Yeah, he's a bum. If he blow a 3-1 lead, bro,
He's a bum. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Ain't no way getting around it.
Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts. You bummed it the fuck up.
But you know what though? I think they're gonna take it in game 7. I'm still a firm believer that people be out there controlling the refs, man. The refs be having a whole lot to do. Like, people don't realize, like, some of them calls that the refs be making be changing the whole aspect of the game. So.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. The stuff that Jimmy Butler was doing, and they was calling a foul every time this man took it in. I'm like, yo, this is ridiculous. Like, I was yelling at the TV last night. Like, I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like, every time this man bring the ball in, it's a foul. Like, ain't no way. Like, they was down there smacking Brian head off. They ain't called nothing, bro. I was like, man, they don't want that man to get that chip. That's what that is.
Right? I feel like in some way, shape, or form is like it's rigged.
I can agree that the refs kind of need to swallow the whistle more, but you gotta understand, like, between these games that you've been seeing, Jimmy got fucked up every game, bro. Like, Rondo came in the last game and just, like, clotheslined the shit out of him. And this game we just saw last night, Dwight Howard put, like, a whole fucking elbow through his damn eye socket. Like, they be fucking that man up in there. And I would just keep it a whole fucking head. Like, you need to swallow the whistle more, but every game in this series, they stop the game because Jimmy Butler's on the fucking floor holding something.
But
Normally it's the same.
But the fourth quarter, Jimmy Butler, I lie to you not, he was getting every call, bro, every call. I'm like, yo, this is like a video game.
I feel like when it gets like towards the end of the game in the fourth quarter, it's like the refs just start calling calls for people who they want to win.
Right.
They're like, nah, I don't really fuck with Brown. Like, Brown pissed me off. He ain't pay me my money the other day, so we going with Jimmy this game. Like, they be tripping, bro. Motherfucking tripping, man. And I'll be feeling the same way about this whole. It's like once you show me that something can be manipulated and people are behind the scenes manipulating some shit, it makes it hard for me to believe that it's still not going on. Like, I feel the same way about voting. When we was talking about the Gore and the Bush John, how they rigged the votes.
Right.
I feel the same way about the refs in these sports. It's like once I found out that, people were like, controlling the refs and the refs were making calls they want to make, and it's not really based off like what's actually going on. I'm like, bro, everything now is like, nah, the ref, it's rigged. It's rigged. Like, that's just my stance on it now. It's rigged. I know you heard about that, like how at a certain point, like they was like it was some type of ref type of it was somebody was paying. It was like some type of scandal about the refs. They was betting on the refs or some shit. You heard about that? True.
I mean, they was betting on them like
they will.
Are you saying this just to try to get some Kobe for your bum ass Clippers? This ain't gonna work.
Nah, man. Nah, I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna send it to you, Drew.
All right.
The Lakers Blues lead all of LA is bum ass niggas.
Yeah.
I totally agree. I totally agree.
All these powerhouse teams kept it together. They not what you thought they was.
Right.
Bum ass niggas.
Yeah, so
I will say this.
How are they supposed to be doing this? So, go ahead.
Got that. Sixers got that.
Yeah.
Got that. And we talked about that last time for a little bit, but we got that. I don't know how that's going, but I'm more, since we're on a sports topic, y'all think they're going to cancel the football season?
No.
Why would they do that? I haven't been following football, so why would you even think of that?
A couple of teams, facilities, staffs, and a couple of players tested positive for COVID-19. So,
yes, I should have figured as much.
I don't think they're gonna stop it.
Nah, they running low on funds right now.
Yeah.
They need
Yeah,
that.
this is a couple $1 billion they stand to lose if they kill the season.
Yeah.
So do you want to make it billions or do you want player safety? You want staff safety, you want player safety. So at this point, what are these people who you employ? What are their lives worth? Man, at least a couple billion.
Yeah, see, I don't think they're going to cancel. I don't think they're going to cancel the season because I don't know. I feel like they'd rather have their players catch it than them lose money. Like, just to be honest.
It's always about money, bro.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer in that. And a lot of people lost a lot of money this year because of COVID.
Right.
So I feel like they're just gonna be like, look, you're gonna have to tough it out. Tough it out. We got a vaccine on the way. Tough it out.
Tell them niggas get right on the field. Nah, we playing. Yeah, we playing.
They need that bag.
That's a shame, though, man. Like, niggas putting their life at risk
Mm-hmm.
just to throw the football. You know what I'm saying?
Entertainment is big business in the U.S., man. That's one of the most lucrative industries in America right now.
Sure.
Football is special.
They need that
There's so many
entertainment.
politics involved in sports. It's fucking amazing.
So see, I wonder how that halftime show is gonna be at the Super Bowl.
That's what I was sitting there. I was also, not to cut you off, Drew. I was sitting here wondering, like, how's the parade going to be for the NBA champions?
Right.
What are they going to do?
They probably gonna be out there with masks on. Some people without.
Virtual parade.
You said a virtual parade?
That's what it's gonna be. Close down the street. They gonna ride down on the slope for about 15 minutes. You know what I mean? It's gonna stream to YouTube.
And then they're going to be like, oh, well, how many, 10,000 people caught COVID because they were out there at the parade.
Yep.
Like they coming up with anything nowadays to talk about this whole COVID shit, man. Like I think I seen like the headline for an article or something on Google. That shit said something about the weather, something about the weather, so that made COVID more more dangerous or some shit. I'm like, what does the weather have to do with fucking COVID?
Oh, why? Because it's gonna get cold.
Yeah, I think it might have been something along those lines. Something about cold, it's getting cold or something. So COVID is about to be more dangerous. What the fuck are y'all talking about, man? Y'all just keep coming up with crazy ass shit just to try to scare people, and that shit is working, man. I don't know.
That's how you keep them in line. That's how you keep people in line, though. You scare them.
Me and my theories. That's what the boy. When I played y'all the little video of the last episode, that's what the white boy was saying. Like, you know how fear controls people,
right?
And it's absolutely right, but it's kind of hard to scare me. I didn't seen too much, so it's kind of hard to scare me.
Like if they came out and said, "Hey, yo, if you go kill a chicken, drain the blood from it, and drink it, it's going to cure you. Studies show it's going to cure you from every disease in your body." I bet you every person is going to go out and get a chicken. I promise you, man.
You want to understand that? Niggas is going to start monopolizing chickens. Anybody who owns chickens is going to be, they're going to have actual, it's going to bring a whole new meaning to the phrase cockfight. Niggas is going to be fighting over chickens. And it's amazing. The federal law is amazing.
Right.
She try to buy you for your chicken. Like, nah, man, my grandma's sick. I need this. I'm sick, man. Fuck that. You got 6 more chickens. Let me get this one, man. People do it. People definitely do it.
Oh my god! So I'm on Twitter with this. I like looking at this nigga's tweets because he always got some retarded shit going on. So remember this guy Brandon Tatum? This nigga.
Yeah, you read it.
Yeah.
So this nigga said. So I'm gonna go to the first one because I'm guessing he must be some type of Trump supporter. So I'm gonna go to one of his previous tweets. So his previous tweet says, Mr. At-Real Donald Trump is one of the greatest achievers of our time. What an exceptional example of believing in oneself and making great sacrifice for others. It's such a shame. It's such a shame and a disservice to America that the powers that be dedicate their lives to tearing down his legacy. And then his latest John says, I believe Trump was targeted. Talking about him getting this COVID shit. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? So here goes some of the comments. I think Republicans were targeted. Funny how no Dems have caught the virus. What the fuck are you talking about?
Because they wasn't there. Then they walking around here with no mask on.
I'm not a conspiracy guy, but this actually seems plausible. When at Case Western, who and how were tests administered. What? Okay, I'll read your shit. I've been saying this all along. How are the Dems immune to this? Yo, you know what, man? What exactly is a Democrat and what exactly is a Republican? Somebody fill me in. Or we could just look it up.
I don't know. I feel like they're the same thing. I feel like they're the same. I mean, I know it's differences in between the parties and stuff like that, but I don't know. Like,
so that's the thing.
I think the major thing about Democrats and Republicans are one is pro-life and one is pro-choice. I mean, that's the only thing I really know that's like different about them.
You said one is pro what?
One is pro-life and one is pro-choice. So pro-life is, all right, do you believe, they believe like, they don't, they don't believe in abortions. They don't believe a woman has a right to choose.
So these are Republicans.
Right. Versus a Democrat who believes that a woman has a right to choose whether or not she wants to have a child. Okay. Or if she wants to have an abortion. So, I mean, that's the only thing I really know that's, I mean, I know it's more, but no.
I'm looking it up because, like, I'm not really a political person at all, so I don't know too much about the. You know, I don't think I've voted, not one time in my life, not one time, I never voted, bro. I never voted, and I feel like it's because I'm telling you, it's because of the whole Bush in the Al Gore election. Like, once I found out, like, if I would never have the theory in my mind that they can literally put in office who they want. Like, once they rigged that whole John and I found out, I'm like, oh, they can just put in whoever they Like they can put in somebody's nephew. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, yeah. So we make you think that your vote count, but at the end of the day, we're gonna put in there who we want to put in. Like that's how I felt when I felt like they rigged the whole drum with the Bush and Al Gore drum. Like I just okay. It don't matter. My vote don't matter if you could just put in whoever. I mean, because
I don't
Bush was
even think they're gonna know. I don't think they're gonna know this election on the actual date. It may take a couple of days because all these mail-in ballots and stuff that people got to do, it's going to take them too long to be sitting there counting. And then they making exceptions for certain people. Like if it's post-dated to a certain date, then, they'll accept it after that date. I don't know.
So comparison chart says Democrat philosophy. So philosophy of a Democrat, liberal, left-leaning. Philosophy of a Republican, conservative, right-leaning. On economic ideas for a Democrat, minimum wages and progressive taxation, i.e. higher tax rates for higher income brackets.
Who's that
for Democrats.
Okay.
So born out of anti-federalist ideals, but evolved over time to favor more government regulations. Economic ideas for a Republican, believes taxes shouldn't be increased for anyone, including the wealthy, and that wages should be set by the free market.
Capital.
I might mess around and be a goddamn Republican. If you want to put me in a box, but I hate for people to put me in a box. You know what I mean? Like, don't put me in no box, man. Like, and I feel like that you got to be labeled. Like, that's the thing. I feel like you can't just be free to be you in America. Like, you got to be labeled as something living in America.
Right.
And I seen
that's what I was saying about like Kamala and what she was trying to explain to America that, they weren't going to raise taxes on anybody that makes below $400,000. And, she was outlining the plan saying that that's for if anybody watched the debate on last Wednesday. She was just saying that anybody making over 400,000, she wasn't going, or they weren't going to raise taxes on them. I'm sorry, below 400,000, not over, below. And, that was going to go towards like schools and like bridges, and, roadways. And I think she said universities and colleges were going to be free or something like that. But then I saw an ad for today. I saw an ad for Joe Biden and where he was saying that like the first time home buyers program, they were going to be offering, what is it, a tax credit? Something like that.
They've been doing that though.
Yeah, of how much was it though?
I think
like 8,000.
Nah, I don't think it was that high. It might have been like 3,000 or 4,000.
Okay, well, yeah, he.
So they raising it.
He said 15,000.
What for a first time home buyer?
Correct.
God,
15,000. Then he said he was going for like black businesses and stuff like that. They were going to be given like $150 billion.
So they really trying to. Here's the thing. I
feel like that's, I don't know. That might just be trying to get the vote.
Well, you got my goddamn vote because listen. That nigga going like, okay, that's what I was telling y'all at the beginning of the episode. Okay, so y'all want me to be a business owner? I'm gonna go sign me up for LLC. Let me go ahead and get some of that 150 billion, my nigga. You got my vote. Let's go. What?
So, if that's the case, then hey.
But you know what? They can feel like they understand that, black people in America right now are going through some really rough times. So of course they're going to push. I feel like that. Before I went through this whole chart, I felt like that's what determined whether you were a Republican or a Democrat. I feel like Democrats just um always side with black people. So Democrats for black people, Republicans against black people. But that's not true. That's that's not true. But it just seems like that. And so you get people who really are not, who really didn't, do the research like this and go see like the views on Republican and Democrat. They just think, oh, okay, well, black people are supposed to vote for a Democrat. And that was one of the things that I, remember when whole Kanye was going crazy and he was on TMZ and everybody was coming at him. And I kind of was agreeing with him. Me and my bro was talking about this. I kind of was agreeing with him. It's like, yo, like you got to think for yourself.
True.
You got to really think for yourself. Like, don't force nobody don't force your beliefs on nobody. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like at the time, like, I'll say this. Kanye do say some things that be a bit off the wall, or the way he say things may not make sense, but his intent behind it is, it's positive. It's like, but the way you said it, Kanye, you kind of fucking up, bro. But I get what you're saying. Like, you want people to think for themselves, and you have the right to be able to choose whatever you want. Like, be a free thinker. I get it, but you didn't have to say that though, Kanye. But I kind of agree with what he was saying. You know what I mean? But it's just Kanye got this label now. He just labeled as crazy. When you go and you tell people, oh, you taking pills, and they were saying something about he was what he was bipolar or some shit.
Bipolar. Yep.
Yeah. You get that label, you just automatically label it as, oh, you just crazy. You bipolar right now, my nigga. He tripping. So, but I fully know. You know what I mean? I fully know. But I want to ask y'all this, like, are y'all Democrat or Republican?
Like registered?
Nah, like, it's just like on your views. You can say you think you more of a Democrat or a Republican. Because I'm kind of feeling like I might be Republican, bro. Looking at these I never looked at this chart before. Because here's the thing. I feel like, I'm going to ask you this, Drew. Because you seem to be a bit more educated about this whole political shit.
Nah, I ain't. I just
well, you be educating me. So I'm gonna ask you this: like, do Republicans feel, or is the view of Republicans that you have to? So you were saying something about taxes over 400,000, right?
Right.
Okay, I'll just say this because I really can't think of how I want to say. So I'll just say what I'm thinking. I feel like if I was a business owner I'll say this. I feel like everybody should be taxed equally. I feel like everybody should be taxed equally. I think I might have been talking to your brother about this or something along these lines, but I feel like, okay, so in America, right? Mm-hmm. I'm all for capitalism. I'm all for it. I feel like capitalism brings out the best in people. You know what I mean? So, and from my understanding, capitalism is you have the freedom to make as much money as you want, and you have the freedom to make as little as money as you want. Right. Now, I will say this. The opportunity for certain people in America is different for certain groups. I mean, we can agree. But I feel like if you were if you started out behind, you don't have to stay there. You know what I mean? I'm a firm believer in that. And, there's a lot of examples of people who started in the slums and they made it to wherever. You know what I mean? But I don't feel like, because I make a certain amount of money, that I should be taxed differently, and everybody else who has the same potential to make the amount of money that I make is taxed differently.
Right.
Like that to me is like, okay, because I'm more driven, because I have more determination and more ambition, and I make more money than you, I'm being penalized because of that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna ask you this: is that a Republican type of view? Because if it is, then I guess I'm Republican. On that point,
It is.
On that point, I feel like on that whole taxation point, because I don't feel like that's, to me, I don't feel like what makes that right. You know what I mean? Like if everybody has the ability to go out and make this same amount of money that I did, and you don't, like, now I believe in helping people, of course.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Let's say my whole thing on that is, like, if you're gonna tax somebody, I can see if you are doing it for a reason. Like, okay, we're taxing you this way because we're putting this money that you're making, we're putting it towards something of importance,
right?
Like education or science or like economical, upgrades, like as far as like, neighborhoods, environments and stuff like that. Like if you're putting it back into like the community and stuff like that, it's all right, good.
Right.
But if you just taxing somebody just so you can hold on to the money, like, to me, I don't think that that's right. If you're taxing one person in one, bracket a certain way, and then that money is not being used to, reinvest back into the world, no, I don't think that's.
Oh, you talking about coming from the IRS side? Like you feel like if they're not using them, or the government, they're not using that money to put it in, then they're kind of stealing, basically.
Right. Yeah. If you're not using that to put back into the economy, I don't think that that's right for you to charge a person that makes over $400,000 differently from somebody that may make $40,000.
Yo, we about to go back to one of our favorite rappers who kind of said that in one of his songs. You know who I'm talking about, too. Like, I couldn't agree more when he said, I forgot the lyric. You probably know it, though. What'd he say, Drew? He said, it was in that one song. It was in that one song when he was talking about when the little boy got shot, and then his mom was going out and she forgot to file her taxes. And he was like, he was talking about how he felt like, people should be able to pick on the app on their phone.
Yeah, he said taxes, so much taxes, it don't make sense. Oh man, I forgot the bar that he said. Oh my God.
You know what I'm talking about, though.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
So that's kind of like where that's kind of like where I feel like if we could do that, you know what I mean? Because who knows where, like what he said in the song, like you don't know where that money is going. You know what I mean? That could be funneling into some company who's making guns to, kill our very own people. And it's like, we don't know where that money is going. And like you were saying, like, if it's not going back to, if they taxing those people and it's not going back into some positivity or putting it in education, then it's not right. You know what I mean? I wholeheartedly believe in that. But when it comes to the whole, like I said, I believe in helping people, but I feel like everybody should be taxed the same, bro. Like, cause we all have the ability to go and make a certain amount of money. Now, I'll say this though, you know what I mean? I feel like if black people was to get some reparations, you know what I mean? Like if we got our reparations, then okay, I'm all for it. But I feel like right now, that probably wouldn't be all that valid because again, a lot of black people are just I don't know. I feel like the system is just rigged to just keep a lot of black people down. And we're so well behind because of slavery.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But again, that don't make an excuse for you not to go and try to, better yourself.
That's true.
Or for you to go and, change your future. Like that's no excuse. Like, you know what I mean? What is this nigga doing? Leave current meeting and join the new one. I can't do that, bro. You want me to sign him back in? Yeah, so yeah, bro. That's my views on that. So, like I said, I think what I'm gonna honestly do is I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna actually do some research on this whole Republican Democrat thing, and just find out, exactly like if you need to put a label on me, like what exactly would you consider me? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you're a Republican.
Hold on. So because it's different. It's different categories, right? So stance on taxes. So I just pulled it up. So for a Democrat, their stance on taxes is progressive. High income earners should be taxed at a higher rate. We gonna stop.
You're a Republican, bro.
Hold up. So generally not opposed to raising taxes to fund government. And then so Republicans' stance on taxes is tend to favor a flat tax, same tax rate, regardless of income. Yeah, I'm definitely a Republican on that. Yeah, I'm definitely a Republican. Because it's like, bro, that's kind of like, I don't know, man. I feel like you kind of like stunting people's, you kind of like, you make people feel like people who have that drive to make, to make a lot of money. Like some people were just bred to make a lot of money. Some people were just bred, born entrepreneurs. You know what I mean? So they really have no choice but to make a lot of money. So why penalize that person? You know what I mean? And tax them way more, even though the next person can go and do the same shit, but we're going to tax this person way more. You know what I mean? Because you make too much money. What? Nigga, you can go and do the same thing.
I understand if it's going towards something, but if you just taxing somebody just because they make more money, like I don't think that's a good stance.
Yeah.
So you believe everybody should be taxed the same?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think everybody should have a flat tax rate.
Well, it doesn't work that way. But here in PA, wage taxes in total with the federal and state taxes, they're looking to take 25% of your gross.
But I'm gonna say this though. I will say this though, but I want to make this very clear. I feel like that would be viable. That will be viable if black people got their reparations. Once black people got their reparations, I think everybody should be taxed at the same rate. As of right now, it's kind of like
they can't give black people reparations. They'll never be able to afford to give black people reparations.
Because it's kind of hard for me to say that. Like I was saying, but when you copped off, I was telling Drew, like, it's kind of hard to say, like, the next person, in certain instances, it's kind of hard for some people to be able to go, like, society, it just makes it hard for black people to go and, make the same amount of money. It's easy. We don't have the same opportunities. I would just say that. We don't have the same opportunities. So it's kind of harder for some people. But that doesn't give you an excuse not to go and try and, make more money or do whatever or be your best. Like, I feel like capitalism, it shines a light on some people's talents. You know what I mean? It shines a light on, some like certain people's, determination. You know what I mean? And I feel like in a way, that's kind of like what you're doing when you tax people differently because they made like you made more money. Oh, you made more money, so you get taxed more. They get taxed less because they not making that money. Now, like I said, you know, the opportunities are different, but that's no excuse for you to just sit around and you know what I mean? Like let's keep it a even playing field. You know what I mean? Keep it an even playing field. They say in America is the land of the free, which we know is a little, you know what I mean? But when they say that, they're talking about everybody has the opportunity to go and make as much money as you want.
Right.
Everybody can go and start a business. Everybody can go and hire people. Everybody can go. You have the opportunity to make as much money as you want, or you have the opportunity to make as little money as you want. It's all up to you. I feel like that's why they call it the land of the free. Everybody has the same opportunity in that aspect. But
that's
how they deem it. But it's not always like that for black people. I do know that. Go ahead.
Yeah, if I went out and I went on a 6-month stretch or something like that where I'm working like crazy, right? And let's just say I got back for those 6 months, I made $400,000, right?
Damn.
And then at the end of the year, niggas sent me with a tax bill. And that joint like half of what I made. Like, nigga, I'm gonna be mad. Like, versus somebody who didn't do that, who just went to a regular 9 to 5, and they ain't getting hit as hard as me. Like, I don't know. I don't think that that's fair. Like, just because that person went to a 9 to 5 and they did what they had to do, and then I went out and did what I had to do, and I made more money than them. Why are you penalizing me for them not doing the same thing I did? I mean, I understand that aspect of it, but I also understand what you were saying about, certain races aren't able to
unfortunately
have that same opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately. So it's just like some people really like you got to think about the people who just was like that's why I was saying like we need reparations. We need everybody to be on the even playing field first. But you got some people who just was born in the money because of slavery. Like you already had a head start.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like that's not fair. You know what I mean? So if you're gonna call it the land of the free, like let's all start at the starting line together. You know what I mean? Don't put me 300 years behind. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that's the only thing. So it's just like I see the whole concept, like the way they want to paint it, the land of the free, but it's just, it's not all equal.
Let me ask you this question, right?
I don't know. I kind of view it differently.
What's your view, bro? Sure.
Maybe it's just me because I guess I'm one of them 9 to 5 niggas you talking about.
No, I'm one too.
But for me, it's like the higher your wages are, the higher your taxes are going to be. You know what I mean? It's understandable to a point because you have people who can't work, the people who don't work that are on government assistance, and all of that shit has to be paid for. So that shit literally comes from, and the motherfuckers who's making pennies can't afford to support. They can barely afford to support the goddamn family they got. So they're supposed to support another one. Motherfuckers who got it, they're gonna pay more. It's not because they're being penalized. It's because there are people who can't afford to do shit, and the economy still has to fucking run. People still gotta survive.
So maybe I feel like maybe some people who are in certain situations just shouldn't even be taxed, and I feel like the IRS is not gonna have that. You know what I mean? They're not gonna have that. But I feel like certain people
listen,
in certain situations.
If you make below $40,000 a year, I don't think you should be taxing people. That's just me. Those people that
below 40,000, like that's just way too low. Yeah, that's way too low. Like you're not even in the game yet. Like it got to be a certain amount that you got to make for you to even be taxed. So yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that.
If that's the case, then folks that are on that higher tier as far as income goes, they definitely gonna get hit with those hard taxes. You're definitely gonna have to. You see you pull in, let's say you gross $500,000 a year. In PA, they're hitting you with at least 25 of that. So you walking away with 375, maybe.
That's crazy.
That's
Bro,
from
where does this money go? Like, where do the money go, bro? Like, they be saying they be helping people out. I hear about people getting kicked off of welfare all the time, bro. Where do this money go?
Hey, you know the sad part is some of these executives at these companies with these big ass salaries, they pay them higher taxes, and then when their company gets all fucked up, that tax money that they paid out, the government gives that back to them and bail out anyway. When they didn't make their quota, so it's basically paying for their own jobs.
And I think it's been a lot of bailouts ever since COVID.
For sure.
Yeah, it's called job security. So I mean, it's out there. So it gets used. And if you wanna really throw a wrench in the way of thinking as far as that goes, it's more, to me, it's more like, why does a country that prints its own currency need tax money? So I would take it that far from the jump. You make your own currency here. Why the fuck would you ever need anybody to pay taxes?
Yeah,
you
see, I don't understand that. I don't understand that aspect because I always thought that as well. Like, yo, like, how we in so much debt? But see, I gotta do research on it, and I feel like we kind of like we're not educated on that part, so we don't understand. But it's like, how do you can just make money, but it's like I guess in some way it got to be accounted for somehow. I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, how are you able to do that? But you're still a couple $1 trillion in debt to China.
Yeah, like your nigga just go print it up. I think it's something behind the scenes that we don't know. Cause I know if I did, bruh, yeah, I don't want to incriminate myself, Drew. But I'm telling you, bro. Oh my, if I could just have the ability just to print up money, my nigga, oh my gosh. We all on this podcast right now. We all would be rich. I mean, no problem. No issues. Like, yep, nigga, this our reparations right here. Million, my nigga. They go $1 million for you, $1 million for you. Fuck it, let's make it $5 million. Fuck it.
But see, that's what I was going to add. That was my question. I was going to ask. If you give...
Jay, where did these niggas get all this money from? Now, fuck that. Jail. That did something. Jail. Y'all niggas look rich. Jail.
That's how I beat them. And that's what I was going to ask. Like, let's just say they gave every person, well, not every person. Let's say they gave every black person in the world $5 million, right? Like, what would that world look like?
Okay. Like, so you talking about like people over a certain age?
No,
we talking about kids.
Everybody,
even kids,
every black person in the world.
All right, well, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Like, people gonna be popping out a whole lot of kids. Like, it's gonna be a whole lot of fucking going on, so they can get their kids to give $5 million. And then you're gonna have, you're probably gonna have a lot of people.
No, wait. They would have to be alive.
That's a good question.
They would have to be alive though. Like, they would have to already be living. Like,
okay,
not for your future kids that you're having, like right now.
Wait, hold. So you confusing me. So you saying like I wouldn't be able to go and have another kid and they get $5 million?
No.
Oh, okay. So it's only for a certain amount of time.
Right. It's only for if you're living. Okay.
It's only for the living at that certain point in time. All right. Okay. Yeah, you're gonna have a lot of people. I feel like personally, there's gonna be a lot of black people just spending their money on some frivolous shit, and they're gonna blow it. So you might have like, it's sad to say this, but I feel like you have like 50% of the black population that just go spend their money on some bullshit, and then you probably have the other 50 that actually go and try to invest. You know what I mean? Like, I already know all three of us on this podcast, we definitely going to secure our future and we're going to invest.
Right.
But you're going to have a whole lot of black people that's just spending shit because it goes back to slavery. Like,
Because they never had it.
they never had it. Yeah. So they're going to want to
You know
feel.
what you want to say?
Go ahead.
What you would actually see? You'll see crime go down.
That's
You'll see.
Mhm.
You'll see. Probably the use of drugs and alcohol go up. Niggas ain't working no more.
for sure.
Niggas
For sure.
is not working no more. So you can forget about. So I mean, I can't say the economy will take a hit because of that, because niggas got $5 million. They're definitely gonna spend $5
They're
million.
definitely going to be spending.
Right.
I know that for
They're
sure.
definitely gonna spend it. Okay. You're gonna see, to touch on what you said, there's gonna be a lot of fucking going. You're gonna see a lot of interracial relationships and marriages.
Wait, why you
You're gonna
say
see a
that?
lot of, huh?
Why you say that?
Because a nigga got $5 million. So you think these females want to be taken care of?
Wait.
Leroy is got to check for $5 million. I'm fucking with Leroy.
Okay, I see what you're saying. He said I'm fucking with Leroy.
That's what it's gonna be. So I'm glad you've been great. Leroy just got his check. I'm leaving you.
Oh my god, that is
Shit like that.
that made me think of Last Dragon real quick. Oh my god,
Right.
You gonna see
Leroy, who's the master? Oh my god, that's my movie, bro. Oh, that's my movie.
you gonna see a lot of real estate being brought, a lot of cars being brought,
A lot
You
of
gonna see-
cars.
a lot of cars. There's gonna be a lot of terrible music being made.
So you thinking of things I ain't even really think of. Like, yeah, you.
It's a lot of terrible music.
Everybody gonna be like,
Yeah,
everybody.
everybody's gonna be trying to sell their mixtape, bro. Like, yeah, man, I just brought these checks. I'm going to bring some bullshit on them. Nigga, you just got $5 million. What are you still trying to rap for? Go shit. What is wrong with you?
You know what though? Some people gonna pop because, given the way like how the music industry now is, like, you know, it's easy for you to pop. Like, a lot of people just ain't got the money for it. Like, you got some hot rappers
Yeah.
that's not even that's undiscovered, and they
Oh, but who are you flexing on?
they
Who are you flexing on? Like, that's 50% of rap. Like, you gotta be able to flex on niggas doing that. They gotta feel like they can live through you a little bit and relate to the shit that where you came from and to ask them what you doing now. Nigga, if I got just as many M's as you, who are you flexing on?
nah rap. Like, it's gonna have to change at that point. It's gonna have to change. Like,
Thanks.
That's why. That's why I said
I
it's
think
gonna
they-
be.
it got
I
to.
think I think they're going to be the same way,
Bro, if everybody is rich, like, what
Yeah,
you
I think
can't
it's
talk
gonna be-
about struggling.
they will. No, they ain't going to talk about struggling. They just going to be talking about how they got more money than somebody else. You split your
yeah,
money
okay.
on this, and I
Okay.
still got this. Like, it's going to be the same thing. It ain't going to change.
Oh,
They may not
my
be talking
God.
about they struggling no more, but they going to be talking about how they just gotta bust.
Oh yeah, so
down
you
or
said
something
flex.
like
You
that.
said
Like,
flex. So yeah, so that's how
Yeah.
they're gonna be flex. All right. I'm about to say you can't be talking about struggling no more. If you got five.
Nah.
You got
Yeah,
no
we're
excuse at this point. Like,
Right.
for real, bro. Yo,
Nah,
I
but you
swear,
just
I
blow
swear to God, bro. Like, I'm not gonna have no sympathy for nobody. If we all get $5 million and you end up broke, you have no
Yeah. Hey,
excuse.
yeah, you ain't got nothing.
You have
No, it's gonna happen.
It's
No,
definitely gonna happen.
But then that's what I'm
Niggas is gonna
saying.
be buying guns nonstop. It's gonna be nonstop shoot. Everybody's gonna have a gun. So Wild Wild West out here. Everybody's gonna have it. Like you forget about it. That's it.
That's crazy.
Everybody's got 2 guns just to walk outside with. Ain't gonna be nothing you can do about it.
It's sad.
Can you imagine what happens when they get these niggas in jail? $5 million. These niggas that's in jail is gonna come home with $5 million.
I ain't even thinking
Yeah.
that. Like you thinking of stuff I ain't even think about.
Yeah, that's
Wait,
crazy.
so that applies
Think
to
about
people
that
in
either.
jail too?
Everybody, bro. Everybody.
They did. Jail will fucking shake. Like I know all
Yeah.
these commissary niggas.
They might bail out.
can't.
Though.
They might.
They be like, yo, let me pay my way out this joint.
I'm out. I'm out.
Yeah, the nigga would hit the nigga with, yeah, that's gonna cost you $5 million. Ah, never mind, I just think.
I'm about to say that might hurt. That might raise the crime rate because you're gonna have some niggas getting out that do not need to be out.
Right.
Yeah,
I said that. I said crime gonna go up.
I got out. You know what I mean? I paid my way out.
I said crime is gonna decrease. I still think it's gonna decrease. I still think it's gonna decrease.
But I mean,
Certain types of crimes are gonna decrease.
that's basically reparations right there in itself is what you know what I mean? And I
It's
feel
gonna
like
get real scary because niggas get that much money, especially because everybody's getting a check. You know, black. Everybody's black. You think about the plastic surgery that's gonna be done with niggas.
Oh man.
These black. They're officers in these. You know, you ain't gonna be able to tell. When we're doing, and that's gonna get real scary. It's gonna get real scary.
yeah.
They got $5 million. They can afford that top tier surgeon. They can afford it.
That surgery gonna be booked.
Yeah. He was selling our shit, so we should tell him go to shit. I'm just saying. Everything will be scary.
I just feel like it's no excuse, man. Oh, there's no excuse. I'm not trying to hear none of that. But you know what though?
Broke.
Yeah, like I'm
if somebody come to you and say after you got $5 million, oh yo, let me hold.
nah, you're not holding nothing from me.
Sick.
You're not holding nothing from me, bro.
They're like, nigga, didn't you just get $5 million?
Nah.
Like, especially if you got a family, all your family in that crib, bro. Like, are you kidding me? You got 3 kids. You telling me you spent $15 million? Man, you're sick. Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
You imagine how celebrities feel, bro? Who come into a large amount of money. Like somebody like a Kevin Hart. This nigga probably sitting on like 500 million, 200 million. And you know, like his family ain't got that.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like he probably getting calls from his family on a regular. Yo, I got this amazing idea. Let me get like 100,000, cuz. You know what I mean?
No.
And then you giving that 100,000, and then they coming back like 2 years later, like, yo, let me get like 50, like nigga.
What happened to that 100 that you ain't gonna get back to me?
That's why I always said to myself, like, if I was to ever come into a large amount of money, I would, like, being the person that I am, I would just literally cut my whole, like, all of my family members a certain amount of a check. All right, don't holler at me no more after this.
Yeah.
Like, once you take this check, you're saying that you're not asking me for shit else.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm giving you a head start at this point. But I would have to have a whole lot, like a large amount of money for that, though.
Yeah.
If I had like 500 million that I could just, that's liquid in the bank.
Yeah.
giving everybody like $1 million, $2 million. Like, nigga, at $2 million, you can change your life with that. You can definitely change your life.
Sure.
You can change your life with $250,000. You know what the
Most
fuck to
definitely.
do with it.
100,000. You know what I mean?
Change
Shit.
your life with less than that. You know what to do with it. So I'm saying. The only thing I want is to make sure that I can keep shit running as smooth as I got it right now. So, like most niggas buy sneakers and clothes. I think I brought maybe one pair of I think I brought maybe 2 outfits this entire year. I just brought a pair of boots this year, yesterday. I literally don't do shit but go to work.
That's how I feel.
That's how it is.
I literally do nothing else. And there's some days I get off work and I gotta go to a side job and work there. So I don't have time to do shit else. Then with that, I'm in the house. So,
Yep.
like I need to be looking pristine for. I don't need to do it at all.
Yep.
Like,
That's how you know you growed up. That's when you know you done growed up. Like, I done growed up. When you don't give a fuck about how you look no more, and it's like, look, as long as my kids got food and I mean we chilling, I maintain it, nigga. I'm doing very well. I mean, you done growed up.
And it's bad. I mean, your sister, bro, she is terrible with money, bro. She's at that stage where she's like literally just being a little crazy with money. She gets her check and she just buys. She buys so much shit. She buys shit that she forgot she already bought. It's fucking ridiculous. She buys so much shit for them. Like I literally gotta repaint the fucking walls in the apartment because she done bought so many goddamn crayons and markers and all this other shit that they don't need. But you can't even keep up with them all.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sitting outside the car right now. When I go in there, I guarantee you these drew something else on the walls. So many fucking markers everywhere, bro. Like you can't even keep up with them. There's got to be close to like six, like almost 600 markers in there, bro. Like why?
Yeah.
Why? And they're supposed to be washable, and them motherfuckers are not washable at all. Motherfuckers are lying. Ain't nothing washable about it. I tell you one thing though. Next thing she gonna buy is some paint. She gonna fucking buy. Next thing, make sure your next purchase is some motherfucking paint. And I ain't the one painting it.
Oh my gosh. The struggles of a married man and a married black man in America.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we all can relate to in some ways to what you just said, my guy.
Sure.
Yeah, it's different because we stay in an apartment, and like you know how my shit is up there. Being as though I work for this company that we rent from, they take the fucking rent right out my check. Like I never even see it.
Mm.
So these niggas literally have me by the balls as far as my paycheck goes. So whatever they fuck up in there and it's gotta be paid for, I don't even have the opportunity to contest it or say no. They just gonna be like, yeah, let me go ahead and get that. Next week we're gonna hit you again for some more shit. And I gotta eat it. I gotta eat all of it. These motherfuckers in here don't understand that. They just got the freedom to do what they want.
Yeah.
And you know the worst part? The worst part is because I do this shit for a living every day. So they think it's just easy, or I can just do what I want. And, Dad, you're going to fix it. Because that's what he does. Fuck that. I'm home. I don't get paid to do this shit here.
Mr. Fix It.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like that. I just did that shit for 12 hours. I don't want to come home and do it again. What? What the heck if you was a cook in the kitchen all day? If you spend all day chefing, the last thing you're going to do when you get home is cook something.
Yep.
That's it. I don't want to fix shit when I get home. You know how much broken shit is in the crib right now, bro? I'm not fixing it. Throw it out. You want to buy shit? Buy another one of those. Fuck it. It's done. I'm not fixing shit.
That just made me think of a quote somebody said to me along those lines. Some older white guy, he said some shit. He's like, yep, the shoemaker kids has no shoes or some shit like that. Or something along those lines. But I feel you though.
Yeah, I just don't be feeling like this shit. I feel like for me it's more like you should respect what I do enough to not fuck shit up.
Yo, you know what, bro? I wanted you to before we wrap it up, man, because it's almost 12. I wanted you to expand on, since we on this whole type topic. You said something to me on the lines of all men are here for is to provide and protect for the woman, or something along the lines of men are not loved unconditionally or some shit. You know what I'm talking. You said something along those lines.
Yeah, we're our value to society is strictly conditional. Our legacies are conditional. We'll only be remembered for what we did. The only people who will truly love you for the person that you are is your family, and mainly, like your blood relatives, because they normally don't expect anything from you. They've known you when you had nothing, and you've grown a bond from that point. But society is different. Every person you meet has an interest in your personal value at that point. So beyond that, you will only ever be loved or valued as well. That will be a byproduct of essentially what you did. Never for who you are, but only for what you did. That's all. I tell people you are what you do. That's it.
Yes.
You're nothing else than what you do. I had to explain that to my wife a couple times. Like my value is not me. My value is what I get up and go do every day. So if I choose that I don't feel like working Monday, then literally my life is not worth shit as of Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't get the fuck up and I go provide and bring food on the table for you. If I didn't, you wouldn't be here. You'd go find the motherfucker that would. And it would have nothing to do with the person I am, but solely what I do and didn't do.
That's a bit deep right there. That's deep.
It's society. It's what we do as men.
And that's a shame, though.
So
I'm thoroughly glad that I have all daughters, and they will never have to come to the realization of that shit at all. Because when you figure it out, it hits you harder than what you expect. You're like, damn, I didn't do shit today. Like, do I deserve to not do shit today? Is that really respected that, I'm sick and I can't fucking do shit today? You think about motherfuckers in third world countries, like there's no, especially disabled motherfuckers, right? There's no government to take care of them. So literally, they're still valued based off of what they did. This niggas with one arm over there still working construction because they gotta provide. You ain't shit if you don't provide.
So that's basically how you would base the value off of a man is based off how like what they do. Like that's how our value.
I tried. Me personally, from the inside looking out, I try to value people rather than the actions of people. I try to see past that.
But I'm saying in society, today in society, do you think that's how men are valued based off what they do?
Uh-huh.
Well, how are women valued? Like generally, because I know not all men, go and provide. You got some women who go and they actually provide. But for the most part, we'll just say that for the most part, most men are valued. Huh?
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. So most men are they're like their values based on what they do. How is most women valued? Looked at as value.
Women and children are loved unconditionally. There is no condition on if a woman didn't do shit. I mean, and I'll put a stipulation on it because, and this is based off of just how my personal feelings towards people. Like anybody who does or neglects children is like not right in my book. So if there's a woman that's not doing right by children, like you don't have any real value. But not in my eyes anyway. But beyond all of that, that may be the only condition I can see, and that's kind of hazy because people still are more forgiving of women's situations than they are men. The way I look at it is, if they were faced with the same situation, they wouldn't lose value. They would be viewed as, they wouldn't, to society, they wouldn't be valued less based off the fact that they weren't able to provide on the same platform or on at the same rate that a man would be able to. So they wouldn't lose value if 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 your wife didn't work, would she lose any value to you? You think she would be looked at any differently?
Not at all.
My wife just started working this year. This will be the first full year that she's worked. She has not had to pay a bill since I met her. She has not lost an ounce of value. If I couldn't do this shit when I was unemployed, you remember what happened, right? She left. I wasn't shit at that point. Remember?
He said, "You know what happened, right?"
Just what it is.
Oh my god.
That's just what it is. And at that point, it's etched right there. When it was her, it was fine. When it was me, big problem.
Yeah.
So you saying you think that's just society? That's just how
Society's views is.
You think that's how it should be?
It's these gender biases that have been. I'm a big fan of eliminating gender biases, and gender roles, but I think they're these gender roles and biases that people accept. Where I'm not saying that they're like absolutely wrong, but they're definitely from a different time that doesn't relate to modern days. So It's like nowadays, like you can't. There has to be two incomes in a household for household to function.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There isn't no back in the 60s and 70s where you can work a factory job and bring home something the equivalent of like the $60,000-$70,000 salary and support your family. Your wife doesn't have to work. Fine.
Yeah.
But there's not too many jobs out here where it's going to give you $7,000 a year. There's college students that don't make $7,000 a year. You gotta work two jobs or have a business to clear $7,000 a year nowadays. Or you gotta have a working spouse.
So
It's just what it is.
I feel like, because you brought up a point that kind of made me think of something that I'm totally against. I think I seen something. It might have been a video or like something on social media, but something along the lines of, you know, you know what? It was a video. It was a video. It was a video. It's something along the lines of, men are not allowed to say no to sex or something like that. I believe that's what it was. And then one of the women, it was like a video on YouTube, and one of the women was like, "Oh well, you know, if my man said no to me, then I would just rape him or something like that." I was thinking in my head, like, bruh, y'all know what I'm thinking at this point, like you need to fucking call the cops on your ass. Like, how the hell you can't do that? Like, if that was I mean, y'all know. Like, come on, man.
You don't even gotta say it. You don't even gotta say it.
Yeah, we don't get treated the same here, man. Like, you already know that.
I just
the double standards are ridiculous. You know what I mean? I've had plenty of as far as that, because there's been plenty of times where I've had to, I'm gonna say not argue, but I've had some very interesting exchanges online with people who
I like how you put that shit. I had some very interesting exchanges online. Very interesting exchanges.
Yeah, because I mean I can't quite call it an argument, because if I'm presenting you with logic and you just don't want to accept it, and it's getting you angry, and you're starting to use more profanity in your responses to what I'm saying, like you're upset. I understand you're upset, but you being upset doesn't alter or change the truth at all. This is the truth that I'm giving. Just got to deal with it. But these exchanges that I had normally involves someone believing that it's okay for, or how I say it is that anger is a justifiable reason for a woman to put her hands on a man.
Never.
And it doesn't work anymore.
What?
That's what it boils down to. Normally it starts with, I'll see a video, somebody will go, "Oh, she caught her boyfriend cheating, and this is what she did. You done fucked up his car, you done beat, you done beat and threw all types of stuff at this man when, he didn't put his hands on him. None of that was justified. You're going to fucking jail. You're fucking with me, you're going to jail." Because I am calling the cops immediately. You're going to fuck the jail.
Oh, Drew, okay? you ain't see his face, bro. You ain't see his face. This nigga was like, "You fucking with me, you going to jail."
Fuck the jail.
That nigga is dead set. "I'm calling the police." "I'm calling the police."
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Get 12 all in here. Because if somebody else calls the police, I'm going to be the one going to jail.
For sure.
It's not even gonna matter what happened. The officer's gonna come to the door and I'm gonna be the one that's gonna be flicked up in handcuffs. No, I have to call the police. Officer, she is whooping my ass. Please send assistance. Now, please.
Please. Yo, it's funny because he is absolutely right, bro. Absolutely
No,
right.
that's the part that makes it not funny. It's not funny for that reason.
Oh my god. You gotta laugh and stop crying. That shit is absolutely right. I'm trying to think like if I'll probably get laughed out the fucking room if I said, yo, like this chick raped me. And I feel like that's kind of like a what you call it, like a double standard as well, or something like that. Because I feel like there's probably a lot of men who feel like they've been raped by a woman and don't shit happen to the woman.
That's because they looking at our size and our strength and saying, like, all right, well, how can a little old woman rape a man when, you know, you're physically stronger than her?
Wow.
Okay. Well.
Exactly does that have to do with anything?
They do have drugs, you know. They do have things that can alter your mind. You know what I mean? You know, things along those lines that can, you know, stop you from using your physical strength. But
now that's not me
the law
saying that.
states,
I know.
The law states that rape occurs when the sexual action is brought on through coercion, physical restraint, or some type of threat. So it doesn't have to be, you know, I'm stronger than her, but she raped. Yeah, like what if she threatened your shit? If the bitch got a gun, you tagging her ass or not? Like what are you doing? you gonna go ahead and get raped. Me being strong ain't got to do with that. I can be a gun.
So you got rape that can happen as far as like a large age difference. Like if you got a grown up going with a kid, that's
true.
And then you got what's the other way? Like you were saying, like a threat, and then you got it to where as though you know, you can literally drug a man and you know, you end up having a baby. Like this nigga can be out of his mind. Like I know there's women out there who do some shit to like a rich basketball player, somebody that's rich, that put something in this nigga's drink. You know what I mean? Get it to where as though he's really not even coherent. Fuck the shit out of this nigga, get him to nut in you so you can have a baby by him so you can get that child support because he's rich. Yep. You know what I mean? That's rape to me. You know what I mean? And then, so this nigga get raped by her, then you gonna get raped by the fucking... you gonna get raped by the system for the next 18 years.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my, all around you getting raped.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Raping you.
Child support is definitely rape. That's definitely rape.
Wait, we ain't gonna get on that, y'all. We ain't gonna
I mean, there's no sex per se involved, but you know, you always feel fucked at the end of it. So it's kind of rape. I'm just saying that. You always feel like you got fucked, and you know, if you don't get fucked, then you go to jail. So it's rape. It's rape. I just broke it down, simple, easy.
I already know y'all gonna start going in about that, man. I'm gonna go in like, bro, that's definitely rape, nigga. I just got raped the other night. Shit.
Shit, I just got raped yesterday.
Damn, bro.
I get raped every paycheck, bro. You know.
Golly.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I will say this: the rapists never get easier, but at least you know who's fucking. At least you know. Some people don't know.
At least you know
I
you
know.
know who you got raped by.
Exactly. At least I know, and then I can just go, yeah, all right, well, see you again 2 weeks. Another raping.
All right, well, I think we're gonna leave it at that, fellas. We got some pretty good content on this one. And yo, if y'all for all of our listeners and our viewers, man, again, follow us on social media. No Cap Podcast at everything. Leave some comments. I mean, interact with us. Hit the like button. Y'all know where to follow us. Our good guy Drew is gonna put our social media and stuff over everything. Yeah, man, we appreciate y'all, man. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us. And we'll catch y'all in the next episode.